I'm Claire, I'm one of the Arboretum Operatives that does the grounds maintenance at the park. Today we're going to prune some roses, we're going to give them the spring prune. I did prune them in winter, you're constantly deadheading them through the year to prolong the flowering of them. But round about November we take them down by a third and then we leave them at that, and then round about this time of year to the beginning of April we give them the spring prune. So that's when you take them down to a nice bud. If you have got a bud that's facing in the wrong way, as long as you cut it to an outward facing node, it's okay to cut it to that because you can force a bud through on that stem then. So for that, first of all you've got to wear your gloves, because you end up getting thorns in your fingers and they really hurt. So we're just using secateurs. We've also got loppers as well for the thicker stems. We do use pruning saws as well, but not really for the roses because they're not that thick. And we've just got the hoe. This is my trusty hoe. It's mine. Nobody else is allowed to touch it because it's just at the right angle for me. And this is what we use to get the weeds up. Okay, so let's make a start. Right, so we're doing the spring prune now. We've done the winter prune back in November where you take the roses down to a third, and now we're just taking them down, taking off any unwanted growth. So we're going to go to an outward facing bud so that you get a nice open shape, so it's not going to crisscross or anything like that. These are new roses that was planted. I'm just going to take these down a little bit. Everything to outward facing buds, so you get a nice shape. You want it nice open, like a cup shape, so it's coming out. So you usually only want 5 stems at the most, normally round about 3, but you don't want more than 5 because it'll be overcrowded. If you see on your stem that you've got 2 buds right next to one another, don't prune down to that because they will come up blind and that means they won't flower. So you just want 1 bud coming off. I know it sounds a bit weird, but you'll see it when you're doing it yourself. You'll see what I mean. And then we can add manure. So last night it rained, so there's some moisture in the soil which you want to keep in there. It wasn't frosty, which is brilliant because you don't want to put manure on top of frost because it will trap the cold air in the soil and that's no good for the roots at all. So this is just horse manure that we get from stables up the road, which we have to let sit for 6 months because if you put fresh manure on your plants you will burn them. So, but if you buy it from the garden centre, then it'll already be ready to go on, so you won't have to worry about that. With mouse plants, if you bury the crown, you will suffocate the plant, but that's not the case with roses because they like to be deep. So when you plant them, you cover the crown anyway, and then you don't have to worry about covering it when you put your manure on either. So I'll just get them weeds out because I don't really want to put the manure on top of the weeds. And when we plant roses in here, we always use a mycorrhizal, which is a bacteria that helps the roots take up more nutrients. Manure as well, what it will do is if you've got a really clay soil, the manure, when you're mixing it in, it will break down that clay and it will make it more manageable. So it's good for holding in the moisture, keeping in nutrients and for affecting the soil structure as well. Okay, so I hope that helped a little bit. All the staff on site are willing to help. If you've got any questions or anything like that, we will answer your questions and we'll give you any advice as well. So I think there's going to be some more videos to come on different techniques of pruning on different plants as well. So we'll see you later.